where I went full into like earthy vibes, if you guys can't tell. Hey guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. This one is a very exciting video for me. It's one that I've been planning to do for a little while now, and I kept like pushing it off because I kept like waiting for things to come in and kind of get put into place. But really, when you think about it, when you're putting together a place, it's just like constantly ongoing. But I decided that I actually am pretty happy with where I've landed so far with my apartment. So for today's video, we are going to be doing my furnished apartment tour. Before we jump into the tour, I just want to welcome anyone who's new to my channel. My name is Sarah. I create content on fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. I would love it if you subscribe and hit the notification bell. And for everyone watching, please don't forget to like this video and leave me a comment down below. And also, if you guys like any of the pieces that I show in this, if they are still being sold, I will make sure to include links for as much as I can in the description down below. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the tour. So walking in from the front door, I have a very, very large living space, and this was my dream layout that I'd always wanted to do, where if I had a living room big enough, I would split it between the living room area and a little home office area, which I was able to do in this apartment, and it made me so happy. I absolutely love this layout. I'm so glad that I was able to do it. So starting out over here, this is my office area slash where Leo's kennel is. For the most part, in my apartment, I'm keeping kind of like a earthier kind of a vibe, but like the different sections and stuff do kind of mix other elements. I would say for this one, there are like some earthier touches, but in here, I also pulled a little bit contemporary as well. Walking in immediately, I have my entrance table. This is older. I believe I got it from Walmart. I got it a few years ago. This came from my old place. This is where I store all of like the shoes that I wear on a regular basis, which a lot of the times are going to be sneakers and then the boots that I wear for work. And then also, just because it was the only place where it would fit, I also put my stepper in here as well. But I also got these shoe organizers, which have been amazing. They save so much space because you can stack your shoes vertically. I was able to fit a lot more in here once I incorporated those. And then below it is where I usually keep the shoes that I need to be able to reach quickly, like my sneakers for walking Leo. I tend to throw my Birks on really quickly. And then right now I have my rain boots out because it's the rainy season, but usually I probably would have like flip-flops or something here. And then up top, I have this concrete bowl that I got from Home Goods. This is kind of my catch-all. This is where I throw my keys, my sunglasses. Sometimes I throw my cell phone in here when I'm just getting home. I also have this candle, which I thought went really, really nicely with this bowl. It's still earthy, but it's smooth, so it doesn't like really compete with the texture. And then I also keep some of Leo's treats right here in this like little glass jar. I got these from Target, from the dollar section. You'll see these in like a couple places in my house, but these are like definitely great for things like treats, or I also put my collagen in them and some like teas in them and stuff, and they were like super, super affordable. And then on this side of the table, I have my Dior book, and then this book, can't remember what this is. This is Worn on This Day. It's like a fashion history book, which I thought was really cool. I liked this color palette for over here because, like I said, my office area pulls a little bit more contemporary, so I feel like this color palette went really well over here. And then this jar, and then also these faux pampas grass. I believe I got these from World Market, and I absolutely love this jar. During the fall, I have like some fall foliage that I put in here, and then during Christmas, I have like faux juniper to go in here, and it makes such a statement. It's such like an easy piece to change out to match the vibe of the season. Then to kind of like pull this space together, I have my rug. I got this rug from At Home. It's just a runner. I believe this is a 2x6, and I wanted a rug like this specifically because Leo actually eats dinner in his kennel, but a lot of the times he like pulls out food and stuff onto the ground. So I like this rug because with this design, it doesn't show as much. I do make sure to clean it regularly, but if he eats on here and leaves like some crumbs and stuff, it doesn't show up as much. And then over here, I have Leo's kennel. Nothing super exciting. He's got his mat in there. His bowl for dinner is in there. And then this little stopper I got from, I believe it was the Long Island Antique Market or Flea Market or whatever. It was supposed to be decor on one of my shelves, but it's been sitting here as the stopper for the door. And I actually kind of like it because I feel like it still goes with everything. So it is still decor, but it's now like functional decor. And then on top of his kennel is a little storage basket for him. I have my jackets that I'll wear on his walk in here, along with the balls for his ball pit and stuff like that. Before I got this, I was like leaving piles of jackets and stuff on top of his kennel for like the jackets that I would wear when I'd walk him, like those. And it just looked so messy. So finally I was like, I'm gonna get a big basket. I got this one from Home Goods. And then right here, I really don't have anywhere else I could put this. So it just has to kind of be out. But this is his gate because I need to like gate him off from this window because he tries to jump in it if like a dog passes by too close. And then over here in this corner, this is like my cozy corner. You guys see me filming in here all the time. This big leather chair came from my parents' house before they moved. God, they had this chair since I think I was like in elementary school, and there's something about it that I just really love. It's kind of like the perfect size and shape to like cozy up into. So sometimes I'll actually like have coffee in here or have breakfast in here, or like I said, I love to film in this corner as well. And then this blanket that I have on top of it, this is actually like a little hooded blanket or throw or whatever, kind of goes over you like a poncho, and it's got pockets. This thing is so cozy. I love it so much. And then the lamp that I have back here is Amazon. It's just got a white shade and then an antique gold stand. This one just has a regular light bulb in it because I just have it linked up to one of the switches. But this light bulb is cool because I can change the temperature and stuff on it. So at night I'll usually put it on like a cooler setting, and then I can also dim it a little bit if I want a little bit more of an ambiance. And then moving over to the actual like office portion of my office space. So first off, I got one of the crisscross desk chairs, and just a little review on this. I absolutely love it. This is so freaking comfortable. When I'm at the office and sitting in my other desk chair, like I hate the fact that I can't cross my legs. But yeah, when I'm working at this desk all day, for the days that I'm working remote, it's so nice to be able to have the option to like sit regularly or cross my legs, because sometimes, you know, you just get like tired of sitting in the same position. So if you've been wanting to get a crisscross desk chair, highly recommend it, especially if you work from home. And I got mine in like this like boucle slash Sherpa. And then this desk I have had for forever. If you guys remember the old place, this was actually my vanity. But when I moved here, I didn't want to do a vanity anymore. I wanted to be more comfortable for work. So I turned it back into a desk, and I'm really glad that I did it because this has been so nice to work at. And luckily, I still love the design of this desk, even, God, like 10 years later. I've literally had this desk for 10 years, I think. They actually do still sell it, so I will make sure to link it. But I love the wood on this. I love how it's like a neutral grain wood, and then like the black finishes really tie into the rug and into the black finish on the legs on the chair. So yeah, this section of the house, since it is like a little bit more contemporary, does pull out like some black accents. And then this is actually a writing desk, so it comes with these 2 drawers, which are just perfect for what I need. So on this side, I keep like a bunch of my technology stuff, so a lot of my filming stuff, since I do film in the corner over here, so it's easier to keep my lights here. This is a little tripod. I just have like headphones, and then I have like some office stuff, like some scissors, pens, things like that, and then like some paperwork stuff in the back. And then on this side, sometimes I'll keep my other laptop in here. I have a personal laptop. Right now it's out. But I just like also keep like my iPad, which is dead. It's just a paperweight at this point, honestly, because I think I've had that iPad for at least 10 years. It's not actually dead. It just can't update anymore. So it's not functioning because it's too old. And then I also have a little mirror in here in case I decide I do want to do my makeup out here. And then on top of the desk, this mouse pad I got from TikTok shop. It definitely is like a Goyard dupe. It even says Goyard. Unfortunately, they don't sell it anymore. It was on my TikTok showcase, but they got rid of it. So unfortunately, you can't get it anymore, but I do love it. I mean, you might be able to find something like this on Etsy, so I will try to do some research in case anybody wants it. But I got the medium size. I do wish that I had gotten the large, which I think would have come out to about here because I feel like I could use more space for the mouse sometimes. But anyways, this is my computer setup. So I have a stand for my computer just to make it more comfortable so that when I'm working, I can like look straight ahead. And then also this is perfect because I can also watch TV while I work. And then I have my wireless keyboard and wireless mouse. I switched back to my old ones. If you guys remember, a little bit after I moved in, I had gotten a new set in, but that set gave me carpal tunnel. So I was able to find the connectors, luckily, for my old set. And then actually also in this drawer is usually where I keep my external drive. And then these are the connectors. But back here, you guys can see this desk is awesome because it actually can plug in. So if you look below, it has like the big cord and you can plug the cord in and then you can actually power everything from the desk. So this makes things so much easier because I can just like plug my laptop in. And then I also always have a cord to charge my phone. So if I'm working at my desk, I can easily charge my phone. Or this cord also is super long and it reaches over the couch so I can charge my phone while I'm chilling watching TV. So this setup was absolutely perfect and it was like a little convenience thing that I did that I've been loving. And then over here is my tray where I put my mail that I need to sort through. This is just like a black tray from At Home. And then I also always usually keep a lip balm in here because I need to have a lip balm within reach all the time. I love the Summer Fridays lip balms. They're so good. And then I also have a candle on here for decor. This is from the brand Companion Candles. This smells so good. I love this scent. This is the spicy amber and sweet floral. It's the perfect like balance of musk, sweet, and floral. And then this little sculpture is just for decor. I think it looks nice here. It just adds a little something. And this is from At Home as well. And then right next to my desk, I have my little storage trunk. This is from Amazon. I don't have a linen closet in this apartment, so the most important thing when I was shopping for like certain pieces were pieces that would double as decor or extra seating, but also as storage. And I love this one because it has a ton of storage. So in here I have like my extra keyboard, another jacket for walking Leo, an extra leash for him. The vacuum attachments are in here as well. I usually leave my purses on top of here too, so it's kind of like the catch-all space for my purses. And then over on this side, these are things that I need to return, but below it is where I store any other purses that are in my current rotation for like when I go out and stuff. So like anytime I want to switch up my purse from like an everyday purse, the purses that I have in here are usually the ones that I'm switching to. Then right across from the office space is the dining room. This whole area is going to get redone either late summer or early fall, maybe a little bit sooner, just kind of depends on how things shake out. But I won't dwell on this for too long because I desperately want to redo it. I don't even invest that much into it, as you guys can see. It just kind of has become like a catch-all area for like clutter or like extra PR. I have a friend coming over today, so I pulled out some PR to see if she wants any of that. But the pieces in here that I actually like and are keeping is basically like this bar area. And I'm so sorry it's blown up from the window behind. I tried to close it, but it's just really sunny right now. But anyways, this is a buffet that I got from Walmart and kind of turned into my little bar area. I love it. I think the black is like great. It's very classic. It blends in really well with everything. It has like these sliding barn doors. There's actually 2 of them. I just usually like to keep one side open so that it's like very obvious that this is the bar area. So I have all of my glasses here. I have like some champagnes and stuff down here. I do need to like stock up on like some liquors and stuff, and then I'll be able to fill it up a little bit more. And then on this side, this is just like where I store extras. So I have extra food for Leo, extra sparkling waters, collagens, things like that. And that's why I usually leave this side closed because this is just storage. But this side is like bar stuff, which I don't mind showing. And then on top here, I have this like, it's called like a butterfly wine rack. I just have 2 wines right now, but I've had this for a little while. I believe that this is still sold, so I'll find it for you guys. But I love this piece. I think that it looks really, really pretty. I think it's a very interesting visual way to display your wines. And then over here on this side, this is a bar set that my friend Michelle got me for my birthday. I love the fact that it's 2 tones. It's like the antiqued gold / like almost bronze with the silver. And I love the way that it hangs and stuff. I think that's just such a pretty piece to have on your bar. And I have a silver shaker right next to it. This is just like swag that my sister got from a conference, and she was like, do you want an extra shaker? And I was like, sure. But the nice part about the bar set is that it's both gold and silver, so the shaker goes with it. And then I just put these 2 cocktail books right below it just to give this area a little something. So this one is a pocket guide to cocktails, and then this one is just a general, I guess, cocktail book or something. I haven't actually read these. I really just keep these for decor. But right next to the bar area is where I have Leo's feeding area. This is where he eats breakfast. Like I said, he does dinner in his kennel, but he does breakfast over here. So I have this raised feeder. I love the all black on this. It looks really nice, and it just kind of like blends into the corner over here. And then this water bowl is like designed with that disc in there so that he can't drink too fast. And also it's supposed to help him not drip as much. It helps a little bit. It's not a 100% solution, so just know that. This below it is actually a planter razor. And yeah, it works to just like elevate his water. Also too, his ball is back there. I missed that when I was trying to clean up. But anyways, over here, this is like one of my latest additions. This is just like a black chest. I just got something very inexpensive. This is where I have my reusable grocery bags because they were just in a pile over here and it was driving me crazy. So this is nice because it hides it a little bit more. And then the black goes with all of the other black things in here. And I actually also have my vacuum in there. It's just disassembled. It's very easy to put back together, but it was nice to be able to have it like out of sight. And I liked keeping the black here because when I do redo this space, I want this space to pull a little bit more modern. You guys will see what I'm gonna do with it. I'll probably start collecting pieces and slowly putting it together over the next couple months. But yeah, I like having the black accents in here for that. This dining room table, I am going to sell. It's just really big. I don't need a dining table this big. It's perfect if you have a family of 4, but I am just me. So I want like a smaller, like round dining table so that it's easier to maneuver around, because right now, just with it being a rectangle in this space, it's not the most convenient thing to get around. So at some point, I will be switching out the dining table, and then once I do that, I'll also pick out a rug to go here. And then I also have this shelf here. You guys can see I'm vlogging today. If you ever wonder where some of the angles come from when I'm vlogging, sometimes you guys are on the shelf. But I haven't put too much stock in styling the shelves on here yet. Just the top one is the only one that's actually styled. I have like a faux plant, a candle, and then this is like a little platform, and then I have some of Leo's treats in here. The other shelves I'm still playing with. I think once I like actually redo the dining room is when I'll actually try with this. But I just like have a few knickknacks up here. Like I have this sculpture, I have this cork from the day that I moved in, I have my teas over here, things like that. And then this down here is actually my pantry. So I have all of Leo's stuff down here, and then snacks and stuff for me on the top. And then moving into the kitchen, so I have a galley kitchen setup, which I wasn't sure how I would like it at first, but I've actually really been loving it. It makes it feel like I have a ton of counter space, which I mean, I guess I actually really do, but it wasn't like that hard to get used to like having to like turn around to grab stuff off of like the counter behind me and everything. So I've been absolutely loving my kitchen. So I have these like, it's like a warmish medium kind of wood on the cabinets, but the star of the show for me in this kitchen is this freaking countertop. I have always had like standard grainy granite countertops, or in my last place I had epoxy, which was an absolute nightmare. It's basically a paint and it just like eats stains like crazy. It was so annoying to like try to bleach out every month and stuff. So for once, I got countertops that I just absolutely love. I can't get over how much I love these countertops. They kind of like almost look like marble, but obviously they're not actually marble. It's a granite as well, but it's like a much nicer granite than I've had in any other place. And then one of like the other surprise features in here that I love, that I like realized after I moved in, was that I have the USB cords here. So it's nice because if I need to charge things and stuff, I can just throw the cord on. But yeah, over on this side, I have my tea kettle. I try to really have that be the only thing here, besides just like I have like a bottle of wine and like my koozie and stuff over here. I vlog on these a lot, so these tend to end up on the countertops. They hold up my camera because they're like good heights. And then also on this side, I installed this paper towel hanger. I just used a command strip here that it came with, and it's been sticking really well. No complaints on it. I just love having my paper towel off of my countertops. It makes things a lot easier. And I got it in this like brushed gold. Also, another feature that I really love in this kitchen, the cabinets and drawers, soft close. I didn't realize what a luxury this was until I had it. And oh my God, like I literally love coming in here and just like, oh, it's so nice. It just makes me so happy. But anyways, so in here, and you guys might have seen some of this if you guys saw my Amazon home finds videos, so I won't go too much into everything, but on the side, I have like my plates and bowls, some stuff for baking over here, and then I have seasonal stuff up top. Down here, I have my utensils. This is kind of like a little junk / cords for charging drawer. I will at some point organize this. That is a later problem though. And then down here, this is just extra pantry space because my place didn't have a pantry. So to make things easier, I got these like big organizers so I can just like pull them out and grab whatever I need to. But this is where I keep things like non-perishables and cans and stuff like that. And then I have like rice and stuff in here. Down here, I have some like small appliances, my like baking dishes, and I also have some of Leo's enrichment stuff here. And then over here at my sink, I love it. It's so big and deep. It was like another selling point of this apartment for me. So sorry, I forgot to clean it out before I showed it to you guys. But yeah, I just love how big it is. It fits so much, which is great and not great because sometimes I like definitely load it up too much. And then over here, this is a new addition. This is like this little stone platform or whatever, but it soaks up water. It's made out of like a material that soaks water. And I got it because my dish soap was sitting on my countertops for a while and I noticed that it was kind of staining the countertops. So I wanted to get it off of the countertops. So I got this. So I have my dish soap and then my hand soap here. And you guys, this Trader Joe's Sweet Basil Foaming Hand Soap, one of my favorite smelling hand soaps that I've ever used. It's so good. It's in stock right now for spring, so grab a couple bottles. And then this spoon is what I use to make Leo's food with. I need to use it constantly, so I just put it there. And then this right here is a sponge caddy. I'd like to use sponge daddies, so I needed a caddy that was gonna work for it. And this ended up being a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be, but it's fine because it holds the sponge daddy and then it's got this little spout here, so it'll drain out. And then right next to it is where I have my drying rack. I got these drying mats from TJ Maxx. I love the design on it. cabinet. I think it goes with the kitchen. And then I have my dishwasher here. Underneath the sink, I have cleaning stuff, trash bags, Swiffers, and then I have this like little organizer for sprays, extra sponges and stuff like that. And then in the corner, I have my new George Foreman grill. I just got this in, I think like last week or 2 weeks ago, but this has removable plates, so I can actually clean this so much better than my old one. And then this last skinny section over here, this is like my true junk drawer. I can't even tell you what's in here. And then down here is where I have all of my Tupperware. And then in this cabinet over here, this is like Leo stuff. I have an extra drying mat, and then I have overflow of things like extra Fairlife, extra True Lemon, bone broth, things like that. I actually ended up with way more cabinet space in this place than I thought I was gonna have, so I just started like loading extra things in other places. And then up here is where I keep like my extra paper towels, toilet paper, things like that. On the other side, I have my fridge. I love this fridge so much. This is a Frigidaire. I think that this is like their most basic model that comes with the water and ice dispenser. This was key for me. I needed a water and ice dispenser. I couldn't stand the mornings where I'd forget to make ice and then I was forced into hot coffee. It sounds like such a first world problem, but it really has made a huge difference to have the dispenser, and I love it. But yeah, this fridge is perfect. It's the perfect size. It's not too big. It fits everything that I need. And as you guys can see, like it really was the perfect size. It just fit in here. When they were installing it, I got a little bit nervous, but it worked. And then up top, I can't reach that right now, but I just like have seasonal stuff in there. And then I also keep like my Dirt Devil spot cleaner up there as well. And then on this side of the kitchen, obviously the stove and the oven is the main event. And then I don't think I ever told you guys about this. So my oven, I realized, didn't have its own timer. I mean, I could use the microwave timer, but like if I need to use the microwave while I was like waiting for something to bake, that wasn't really gonna work. So I went on Amazon and I found this. This is a magnetic timer. And yeah, you just twist it to set the time and stuff. And I really like it. I can move it around if I need to, but it looks like it's part of the stove. So I love that that ended up working out. And then on the side here, I have my utensils that I use to cook, olive oil. This dispenser is amazing. It actually will measure out teaspoons and tablespoons. And then I have my knife block, my cutting boards, and then over here are just like more utensils for cooking and things like that, like tongs, spatulas. Down here, strainers. I just like to use these types of strainers that you can hook onto the pot, or like sometimes I'll use this like spoon one. I have my grater. And then down here is extra stuff for Leo, and then extra Nespresso pods. Speaking of Nespresso, over on this side is my Nespresso. You guys see this in every single vlog. I am a Nespresso girly. I love Nespresso so much. So I have the, I think it's the Vertuo. It's the Breville version. I love it. Nespresso coffee is the best in my personal opinion. And then this is the base for my milk frother. I just have a basic one off of Amazon and it works just fine. So if they still sell it, I'll link it. It keeps going in and out of stock. And then my Nespresso is sitting on top of my pod drawer. I love this pod drawer. It's so good. It organizes the pods so perfectly. And because of like the way the slits are, it can fit any size pod. And I have all 3 pod sizes in here, and you guys can see you can like adjust it to whatever you need, whichever types of like pod size you use. And then back here, this is my collagen and another one of those Target jars. And then over here, so this drawer still needs to get fixed, but I just have like parchment paper, Ziploc bags, and then the caps for my to-go cups. Down below it, this is where I have all of my pots and pans, cast iron skillets, things like that. And then exiting my kitchen, I have my trash can, super glamorous. Also, too, why are trash cans so freaking expensive? I wanted to get a new one for this place, and then I went shopping for trash cans and I was like, absolutely not. And then I also have my little stool. This one's really easy because like you just set it down and they'll open, and then when you want to close it, you pull the handle and it closes. But I am 4'11" for anyone who's new. I need this to reach my cabinets, so I always keep it handy. And then last thing here in the kitchen is my runner. I got this from Amazon. This is a washable one. I believe that this one is the 8-foot runner, and it fits so perfectly in this kitchen. Like it was the exact length that I wanted. Had I gotten the 10-foot at my old place, this would be peeking out. So it was perfect that I went with the 8-foot. And I love this color. This is like a deep forest green with this like Persian rug kind of a design. And it's so good in the kitchen because, you know, like if things are falling, there's crumbs or anything like that, this kind of hides it a little bit until I can like actually wash the rug. So again, strategically thought about the design when I went to decide which rugs were going where. Then moving on to the living room, first step, we've got Leo's bed here. This is from PetSmart. I believe it's their donut bed. He loves it. It's super fluffy. I just like rotate it every once in a while. Like you guys can see the side's getting flat, so I'll probably turn it in the next day or so. He loves sleeping here. It's perfect for when he like doesn't want to be on the couch. He wants to like have his own space. Leo's the type of dog where he does like to have his independence, so he loves having his own bed. And then I have his most neutral blanket out here. He suckles, and I wanted to accommodate him. I want him to be able to like suckle on a blanket in the living room, so I went with the one that would go with the living room the best. And then over here, this is like a little boucle stool, and this is actually storage. This is where Leo's leashes and collars, poop bags, and all of that stuff is located. It's very easy to access, but also a little out of sight, out of mind. I don't have them cluttered out in the open, and this just like adds aesthetically to the place. And then over here, this is like one of the things that I like was so excited to get for this place. It was a full-length mirror where I could do my outfit selfies. I'm sure if you guys follow me, you've seen me do a ton of photos in here, but I just got this like gold arched mirror. This was actually pretty inexpensive for the size that I got. This like 5.5 or 6 feet, but yeah, this is perfect for what I was looking for the space. And then right next to it, I have a bunch of flameless candles. This at night is such a vibe, you guys. I'm like, if you watch the vlogs, you've seen me do it a million times. This is one of my favorite additions that I made to the living room. It just makes such a cozy environment at night. I absolutely love it. And then this was another thing that I was like, in this new place, I desperately need to have it. And it was an olive tree. I believe this is the 6-foot olive tree. It made the living room. This is probably one of my favorite purchases that I made for this place because I had wanted it for so long, and getting it in here and seeing it like completely transform the space just made me so happy, because like the living room is like definitely where I went full into like earthy vibes, if you guys can't tell. Everything's very light, natural tones. It feels very calming and soothing in here, and that's exactly what I wanted, and I feel like the tree was like the perfect accent for that. And I just have it in this gray planner over here. This painting, I don't know what to do with it yet. It's my only artwork that I have, and I'm hesitant to hang it up before getting other artwork because I may end up wanting to move it once other things are in, so it's probably just gonna hang out here for a while. And then my console is from Amazon. That's gonna be my Amazon favorites video if you guys want to like a more in-depth tour of it. I love this one because first off, like the tone and color on it is absolutely perfect. I love the fluted design, and then it also has storage in here, so I've got like sunglasses, wipes for Leo, things like that. This is my modem. I love it. I got Verizon for this place, and the box for it is so pretty compared to other ones. And then over here on the side, I have my massager, and then just like some random things down here, like my rug grippers and things. Up top here, I have some designer books. I have Christian Dior and Chanel. And then this is for those of you who maybe joined in the last few years. This is my cat. This is Pip. His remains are in here, and he actually was an all white cat. So when I found this urn, I was like, I absolutely need that for him. And then he's sitting next to his brother Spartacus, who is my previous dog. He was my soul dog. I love him so much. I miss him very much, but I always have my boys here with me. And then this bowl right here is from Amazon. It's a little concrete bowl. I wanted one of these so bad, and I love it. And then all these balls I have inside of it, I got from Home Goods. And then over here, I have my pet camera. Luckily, it blends into the space pretty nicely. And then I just have a little black candle next to it. This is from Versed. They sent it to me in one of the PR kits. Up here, I have my giant TV. For those of you who don't know the story, I had never purchased a TV by myself, and I didn't understand how big 65 inches was gonna be. So when I got it in, I was like, I absolutely need to get it mounted because Leo's gonna knock it over. So I paid to get it mounted, and I'm so super happy that I did, because it just like, it really makes the room. I love this TV. Again, I didn't plan to get one this big. I didn't realize what I did, but it really is a vibe. And I'm actually hosting a movie night tonight. Yeah, movie nights are at my place because I basically have a home theater happening. I feel like the camera doesn't even do it justice as to like how big this TV is. It's massive. And then to hide the cords, I just got this cord hider, which made such a difference. I mean, like the cord didn't bother me that much, but once I put the cord hider on, I was like, wow, that actually made a huge difference. So highly recommend it. It's super cheap. It's just nice to not have like a black line hanging, you know? And I also forgot to mention, I did put my extra flameless candles down below, and it almost creates like a little bit of a fireplace kind of a vibe when they're on at night. And then right next to it in the corner, I've got Leo's toy box that is overflowing because he is so spoiled. Every single time I go to Home Goods or pass by a pet store, I always claim that I'm not gonna get him any more toys, and then I do, so we've got overflow. But this lamp here, this is from Amazon as well. I wanted to go with something that was gonna flow with the other lamp that I have and also flow with like the rest of the decor I have in here, but I thought it might be fun to go with a little bit more of an industrial style just to offset all of like the natural vibes that I have in here. So I got an industrial one with a glass lampshade, and I actually really like it. I wasn't sure how I was gonna like having it glass, but it's actually really nice. And then the bulb inside is a smart bulb, so it's programmed to turn on if I don't get home in time or something. Leo's not sitting in the dark. And then I also have Leo's cot here. This is where he practices place. He has to wait here when I'm making his food, and then he can run to his kennel. And then for the rug, I did this like cream and gray rug. This rug confuses me a lot because it is actually designed to have like a vintage worn look. So if you look, there are areas where there's like darker gray spots, and it actually is built into it. But then sometimes I can't tell if my rug is actually dirty and needs to be cleaned, or if it's just the design. Like I'll clean a spot 3 or 4 times and I'll be like, oh, that's the design. But what is nice about that is that it does blend the wear and tear a little bit. Then my coffee table is the newest addition to my house. I got this from Wayfair and I absolutely love it because first off, it just goes with the tones in here so perfectly. And I also really love the design. I love like the rounded off sides because I have a very high energy dog. He doesn't seem high energy right now, but we just got back from a hike, so he is in nap mode. But with my old coffee table, it was just like a regular rectangle, and Leo would run around it and like cut the corners and then hit them, and then he'd cry and stuff. So now that this is rounded, we're not running into that problem anymore. And also I like it better. The old one was darker and I like the lighter one because like I said, I like this space to feel very light and airy and relaxing. It has a little shelf on the back and I just wanted to keep it super simple back there. So I have a little sculpture that I got from HomeGoods and then a little candle that I got from HomeGoods as well. Both of them have like a little bit of a gritty texture, which definitely works into the earthy elements that I have going on in the living room. And then up top here to decorate, I have this book. This is House Rules by Mike Quinlan Smith. I got it from Urban Outfitters. Turns out it was way cheaper on Amazon, so I would recommend Amazon if you want to get this book. But I liked that it's neutral but had greenery in it because basically that's what I'm doing with the natural vibes, is like all neutral tones with a touch of green. And I just like leave my remote on top. Am I disturbing you? So sorry. And then right next to it, I really wanted this tray so bad. I think that the marble on this is absolutely beautiful, like the dark woven in with the white and the cream. I think it's a nice contrast in here because like it is so light in here, so it's like my little piece of dark. And then because I didn't want this to pull too modern, because like with a marble like this it could pull very modern, I went with these travertine coasters on the top. I love that they're hexagons. It kind of makes them a little bit unique, but the travertine added in some earthiness. I threw on this white candle. This is from the brand Intersect. And then I went with this wood vase again, just to keep this feeling earthy instead of this tray starting to turn too modern. And this vase I got from the Long Beach Antique Market as well. I had forgotten I had it. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to put on this tray to, you know, like I said, kind of keep it cohesive with the theme. I looked at one of the cabinets and I was like, I forgot I had this, and it was perfect. I like that it's like dark too. And then these are just like faux eucalyptus leaves that I got from Amazon. Then for my couch, this couch is essentially like a smaller version of the couch that I had in my old place. It's from the same brand, from Living Spaces, but this one is the Bonatera model. So it's the exact same fabric. I got it in like a beige / oatmeal color this time to go with, you know, like the tones that I have in here. This couch is so comfortable. I absolutely love it. It's like a foot less deep than the couch that I had before. And then I think it's like 4 feet shorter because the old couch that I had that I almost brought here would have come out to here and there would like barely be a walkway. So this couch was key in being able to do this layout that I had always wanted, and I'm so glad that I was able to get it. And then to kind of make it cozier, I got these pillows from HomeGoods. They're just like these striped linen pillows, and then I also accented it with some Sherpa pillows to go with the other Sherpa elements that I have in here, like this stool and then my desk chair. And then right now, because it's still a little cool and stuff, I'll probably switch this out in the next month or so, but I have my faux rabbit fur blanket and I love this blanket. I tell everyone all the time, this is a dangerous blanket because if you put this on you, you will fall asleep, especially on this couch. And then like on the chase part, I fall asleep on here constantly. It's really bad, but this blanket is one of my favorite purchases ever. I got from Amazon as well. I love the texture on it too. The way it's like white with the brown tips just adds some movement to it and makes it feel like really real. But yeah, I love the texture that the blanket adds to this living room. It's a great way to enhance the space while still keeping in with the tones. And my camera's overheating, so sorry about the switch in quality. I just need to get this finished up because, like I said, I'm hosting movie night. But moving into my bedroom, first up in here, since my whole place is tile, I don't think I've mentioned that, but I'm sure you guys have picked up on that. I needed a lot of rugs to make things cozy, and that was gonna be especially important in the bedroom. So I got like one of the biggest sizes that I could find within my price range, and this is an 8x10. And I wanted the room to feel very relaxing. I still wanted the like natural earthy elements in here, but I didn't feel like I had to go as hard. So for the rug, I decided to go with this like green rug. It's green, cream, and then like a taupey color. And I really, really love this. I think it just adds a little something without pulling too much focus from the room. And sorry about the background noise. My washer and dryer is going right now. And then for the bed, I have a California king bed. I will say it is so difficult sometimes to find stuff for it, but I'm just not in the market to get a new bed right now. And it really is literally just mattresses on a bed frame, and then the headboard, my sister gave it to me, and is actually a queen, so the bed doesn't actually fit in it, but you know, we make it work visually. I have this like cream bedding on it. I really like this because it has the little design on it to like give it a little something. And then I have this like really thick green chunky knit throw on top to add some texture. And then I have a muslin blanket, again, add some texture, also to add a little layer of warmth without being like too warm. And I got it in this like rich brown color. And I may actually move this blanket out into the living room. I think I want a cooler tone blanket in here, but for right now, I'm just leaving it. And then I got these throw pillows from Home Goods, and I like the texture on them, and they were just kind of like the perfect addition here. I didn't want to do too many pillows. I didn't want the bed to look overdone, so I feel like this is like a really good balance for it. And then my nightstands are from IKEA. I believe they're from like the Hemnes line or something like that, but I have them in the dark gray. At some point when I redo the bedroom, which is like a year out for when I would redo the bedroom, I am gonna go with warmer tones, kind of closer to what I have in the living room. But for right now, I still really like these nightstands. These actually have like a ton of storage space in them, and then they have this like little floating basket or whatever. But yeah, I can fit a ton in here. I have like my socks down here, which are overflowing because I've been doing laundry. And then on this side, I have my lamp. I am gonna switch out these lamps probably in the next few weeks. I'm over them. I've had them forever. I didn't pick them, and I just want them gone because like I'm not really a brushed silver girl, so I'm very much over that. But on this side, I keep it simple. I just have my bed spray. This is the Being French Lavender Cloud. I love spraying this on my pillows right before I go to bed because lavender is very calming, so it helps me to go to sleep. And then I have Spartacus right here. A friend of mine gave me this with like Spartacus's picture in it and everything, and I love it. And then I just have my remote for my TV. And then on the other side, I have my alarm clock, and then I have canvases of Pip, and then that's not actually Spartacus. That was just like a random dog that happened to look like Spartacus. So that's there. The other lamp, and I have like this candle on this riser. And then at the end of the bed, we created more storage again. This is a little storage ottoman and the boucle. So again, carrying that into the bedroom. And then this is where I keep like my pillow that I sleep with, and then extra sheets and stuff. And then on this side of the room, I have my big mirror. I can't remember where I got this from. I feel like it was Bed Bath & Beyond, but it's like a gray wood. It's huge, bigger than the one outside. But yeah, this is my mirror for the bedroom. And then my closet space is really, really small. So I actually got this garment rack years ago, and it was hidden in the spare room at the time. So I decided to actually utilize it in this place. So this is where my coats hang. Right now I have my warmer weather coats out, except for like the one fur jacket that's in there. But yeah, I like this because it gives me more space to like hang things, but it actually looks nicer than if I just did like a, you know, like the basic black and silver garment rack and stuff. And it is extra storage because it has the little shelf down here. So I have some like extra boots down here, and then I also still have room for like shorter boots or shorter shoes down below. And then up top, I just put like some decor pieces up. And then right next to it, this hook, this is where I hang my outfits for work, or if I'm going out and like I want to style an outfit and have it ready to go so it's easy for me to change, I'll hang it here. So this is my outfit for next time I go into the office. And then I have a little stool down here. This is just like random storage stuff that I have thrown in here. I think my ballet stuff's in here as well. And then I usually put my PJs on here. Whatever PJs I have in rotation goes on here. This corner is the forgotten corner. We don't talk about this. This is like stuff that I need to move into the garage because it's like stuff that I like want to give away or anything like that. And then my dresser, I love the tone on this. I will say It is buckling. I mean, it hasn't gotten any worse. I think it's just like the way it got built because the backing wasn't on it and I didn't realize it for a little while. So I think it started to buckle, and then I put the backing on and it's been fine ever since. But I think that this is like a dresser I'm only gonna have like for a couple of years, so I didn't want to bother having to like exchange it or anything. It functions just fine. I've had no issues with it. But yeah, this is from Wayfair. I love the color on this, and it's got like the 6 drawers. The drawers themselves aren't like super deep, but I actually am able to fit a lot in here, and you guys can see I do like the Marie Kondo fold for my tops and stuff. But yeah, it functions fine for me. I love the tone of it. I think it's really pretty. And then over here I have my indoor ring camera to like watch Leo in the bedroom, so I have eyes on him from any room in the house. And then I have my necklaces hanging here. This little hand sculpture thing I got from Urban Outfitters, and this is where I put my rings and stuff when I'm not wearing them, and my daily bracelets. Then I have a few extra earrings and stuff back here. This little TV, so funny. I went like the 2 extremes. Out in the living room, the TV's massive, and here it's like really tiny. This is just a 32-inch. I don't really watch a lot of TV in the bedroom. I just put on Rick and Morty to fall asleep. That's basically all I really watch in here. So I didn't want to invest in anything expensive. I didn't want to invest in anything big or anything like that. So this functions just fine for my purposes of falling asleep. And then over here on this side, I have this lighter marble tray. This one came from At Home, and I have all of my perfumes lined up on it. I have another companion candle, and then I have this white vase, which I got from Home Goods. And then I have these like faux flowers in here, and then some faux greenery. And then over here on this side, I have Leo's bed. This is an orthopedic bed, and you guys can see he has a ton of blankets to suckle on in here. And yes, he does have his own memory foam pillow as well. And then this is a pretty new addition as well. These are my blinds for my bedroom. These are from Amazon, and I just didn't want like the basic, you know, like vertical vinyl blinds, like those white ones that like fall apart all the time. So I asked my landlord if we could go with these instead, because the price was actually comparable to those, and I really love this. I think it makes a huge difference in here. They're linen panels, and like the privacy on this is so good. I got the dim out ones. There is blackout if you prefer blackout, but I like natural light in my room. I like natural light to wake me up, so I didn't want to lose out on that. Sometimes too, if I need to wake up early, I'll even slide this front panel like a few inches back so that the light will hit me directly in my bed. But yeah, I love these. They just totally made the room, and like I said, it still lets a lot of light in. Right now we're backlit, so you guys can't really tell. But anyways, moving on to my closet. There's a few things in here I wanted to show you. So like I said, I don't have a lot of closet space inside. This is it. I do have a full garage. I'll put like clips of it on the screen. I'm not gonna go out there right now. So I have storage for the garage, but as far as like storage for indoor stuff, this is basically all I have. I have some shelves in the bathroom, which we'll see in a second, but I had to get kind of creative and get some organizers and stuff in here. So one of my favorite organizers is this. I've had this since the old place, but this is where I have all of my lounge pants, or you could do sweaters in here. I did that at the old place, but this actually makes such a difference. It holds so much. So yeah, if you have like a tight closet space or just like a lot of clothes and you need to figure out how to organize them to fit, this is fantastic. It also has these like little pockets on the side, so I have like beanies and stuff in there. These hangers are another way that I organize this, like smaller tops and like bodysuits and stuff. You can hang multiple tops on one and it lays flat, so you can get a lot more bang for your buck as far as room goes in here. And then I also have these organizers. These are actually large shoe bins is what they were marketed as, but they're just like large clear storage bins with like the little door on the front. It's magnetic. So in here is where I have scarves and belts, and then up top I have my clutches, and then I want to get like a second shelf right here so that all my purses aren't just like sitting on top of each other, which is probably something I'll work on in the next couple months. I will say it does annoy me about this closet that the rod is so short. I feel like we could have gone a few more inches up because I feel like I'm losing a lot of space vertically up here. It is what it is. And then on the other side of the closet, I have my hampers. These are rolling hampers, which is perfect because now I don't need a laundry basket. I just roll these right into the bathroom and it's easy to do my laundry. And then I do have more space savers here as well. I have like the pants hangers, and I have a ton of these because I have a ton of pants. I hang my jeans, so this helps out so much as well. Then moving on to the bathroom. Again, sorry about the noise. I have the washer going, but first off, we can talk about my washer dryer. I am so happy to have a washer and dryer in my apartment. I've always had to use community ones and stuff, so to have one is amazing. This is the LG ThinQ, and this one was recommended to me because since I'm short, they didn't recommend the stackable ones because I wouldn't be able to reach the controls at the top. So this one is all one unit and the controls are in the middle, and I love this washer and dryer. I remember, I think someone had a question about it and I was having some issues getting it set up. It was like a whole thing, but we were able to get it figured out. It's functioning fine now and it's so nice. I love it. It also connects to Wi-Fi, so I can check from my phone like how long the cycle has been going and stuff, or like if my laundry is done, which is so nice. It also is like an eco washer, so it does like the smart water feature where it only uses as much water as it needs, and then it has like an energy saver mode for the dryer as well. And then on this side, these are built-in shelves that I have. I think that these were meant for linens and stuff, but I have a lot of clothes, so the way I organized it was my sweatshirts, and then I have like some extra overflow of like hair products and then skincare products and stuff, and then I have this little guy for my detergent pods, which I clearly need more of. And then these are fur zappers because I have a double coated dog and his fur is everywhere. So this will catch the fur in the washer and the dryer and get it off of your clothes. And then down here, I have my sweaters. I did thin this out for the warmer seasons. So usually this is a little bit more full, but we're a little bit light right now since we're getting into spring and summer. And then below it are all of my taller boots, which are blocked off by this guy, which honestly does kind of become a problem sometimes. This area was supposed to be designated for where I put like whatever lounge outfit I'm wearing throughout the week. Right now I have this device that I'm gonna review on top of it as well. But yeah, I put like whatever sweatshirt I'm wearing throughout the week or whatever up here. And then sometimes I end up piling a few things. And then I always keep my gym bag on here as well, just because I don't really have anywhere else to put it. And then this is storage also. Try not to spill everything, but I have extra PR in here. And then this is also where I would keep extra towels and stuff. Towels are what are in the wash right now, so that's why there aren't any in there. And then on the other side, I have this foldable stool and then my broom. There is a shelf back here, but I can't reach it, so I don't put anything on there. And then, ooh, we are in spin cycle. But anyways, over here to my sink area. Again, we've got the beautiful countertops. I love them so much. This right here is actually the same paper towel holder that I have in the kitchen. I just turned it vertical, and then in here I decided to go silver, and this is where I hang like my little wrist guards for when I'm washing my face. And then this is my makeup remover towel. Behind it I have this like little storage guy. I don't even know what to call this, but I loved it. I love the beige and the green. And then this is where I keep my makeup that is like my daily makeup. Like, this is everything that I use to do makeup for the office, or if I just want to like quickly put myself together. This is like everything I need for a 10-minute face. And then this is my little skincare carousel or whatever you want to call it. I got the bamboo one from Amazon. So I have night skincare on this side. Whoopsies. And these always fall. It drives me crazy. And then I have day skincare on this side. Wow, that sounds angry. And then over here, the little stone platform came with two. So I have the other one in here for the soap. And then I have this like little green plant that I had actually put in here because it was supposed to go somewhere else, but I ended up liking it here, so I left it here. Over here, I have this little organizer. It's where I have like my toothpaste, a few little tools and stuff, my dermaplaning tools, and then I have my water flosser next to it. And then up here, because I am a product girly, I love skincare, and well, actually this whole top one is hair care, but I have these two floating shelves. The amount of research I had to do for this, because this is a pocket door right here. So we were originally going to do acrylic shelves, and Michelle got here to help me install them, and we realized we couldn't put an anchor in here because it was going to hit the door. So for the longest time I thought I wasn't going to be able to have this additional storage in here, but I found these shelves that kind of hang off the wall, and then these things are called hook anchors, and it's just 4 little pins that go into the walls, and these each can hold I think up to 15 pounds. So this was the perfect solution. Again, so sorry about the spin cycle. And then lastly is the shower area, and the shower is another one of the things that sold me. But this right here that's on the ground is actually shelves that are supposed to go up here. At some point I will finally get them installed. It's been a little bit of a journey to do it, but this is supposed to go up there. But this is like where I have like my lotions and things like that. And then this trash can, if you're on TikTok, I'm sure you've seen this come across your page. This is an automatic trash can and I love it. It's prettier than a regular trash can and it hides all the trash. And then, are you guys ready for it? The shower. I love this shower so much. Like, this sold me. I've always had like a white shower, just like a builder grade shower, and when I walked in here and saw this shower, I died. It's so beautiful. This tile It's stunning. Like, it looks like wood, but it's tile. There's like the little cutout here. Yeah, this shower is amazing. I also switched out the shower head to a filtered one. My only gripe with the shower is I don't know who's built for it. Like, the faucet's so low, and then the original shower head spot is all the way up there. I'm 4'11", so that was really, really far for me. By the time the water would come down and hit me, it was cold. I found this thing on Amazon, which is just like an adhesive shower head hook. It worked perfectly. I was able to lower the shower head, and now I can shower so much more comfortably. And then to give myself a little bit extra storage here in the shower, I got these shower caddies. Again, this is like an adhesive back here. There's like 3 hooks back here, and that's what they hang off of. And these can hold up to 20 pounds, and they were perfect for the fact that I had tile. So it just like makes it so that I can have all my products in my shower. I don't have to worry about like rotating them or anything like that. And then before I sign off, just gonna fill you guys in on a couple things that I wouldn't be surprised if I got questions on. So I live in Orange County. I think I put that in the title. My specific area is, I'm like in the general Newport Beach area. And no, I'm not gonna tell you the rent that I'm paying. I feel like that's like weird to say, but I will say this place did end up being on the higher side of my range that I was looking for, but I love this place. All the upgrades in it just made me so happy. And like I said, I do have a garage as well. The location that I got is insane. Like, the location's stunning. It was a dream location. It wasn't like out of the realm of like what I was willing to do. Like I said, it was just a little bit on the higher side of the range that I was looking for, but I'm so glad that I got it because I absolutely love my apartment. All right, you guys, well, that is gonna be it for this video. That is my furnished apartment tour. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions on any pieces that I might have missed or anything like that, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. And don't forget to make sure that you are subscribed and that you've also hit that like button, which lets me know to do more home content for you guys. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you very soon again in my next video. Bye.